Hey, let's talk some football,
Let's
Jay.
start with boy Aaron. When's the last time you talked to Aaron?
Okay, fascinating question, Jay. Are you trying to get a scoop from me right now, Jay?
I'm talking to you.
Jay Glazer obviously is a man who he gave us some information the day of the Aaron news, about 7 hours before or whatever, and he's like, hey, what's going on? Something's going on. I'm like, whoa. So hashtag Jay knew was born through that. What do you know? I have not heard from him on any front.
Well, here's the thing, all right? Mark Murphy comes out the other day. This is what I don't get. Like, what do you do? Why are you poking the bear? And for Mark Murphy to come out the other day and say our fan base is divided, what fan base would that be? Like, who out there in Green Bay is going, man, this is a huge controversy. I think maybe it's time to go to Jordan Love. Fucking nobody. Like, you don't, like, why are you doing that, man? You know who the guy is. You know what your quarterback's makeup is. Why come out and say, well, he's a different fella and
complicated,
complicated fella? Like, just why? The only thing you should be saying right now is, Aaron, we love you, man. We got to put this back together because when you don't have a quarterback in this league, life sucks, right? It sucks, and suddenly you don't know how to coach. Suddenly you don't know how to pick players. Suddenly you can't do your job. When you got a quarterback in this league, you're a lot smarter. You know how to pick players. You're a much better coach. And then when your quarterback happens to be the MVP, you're even that much smarter. You can pick that much better players. Like, dude, what are you doing? There's no divided fan base over that, right? Don't like just. I don't get it. I don't understand why they continue to fuck with him.
Jay, so I heard from an insider on the television the other day after the complicated fella, after the divided thing, and then now, Aaron has, because Mark Murphy came out and said, we're not going to make this public even after saying that the audience or the crowd or the fans are divided or whatever. He said, we're not going to be public. Then he
made it public.
Then he went public. Yeah, complicated fella. Aaron talked on a thing yesterday wearing the I'm Offended shirt, which is a YouTuber. I don't know his name that Aaron is a fan of. Shout out to him. But he said, I don't normally get the option. He's kind of been quiet about this whole thing. So the only thing we really know about any of this situation is what insiders say, whether it's James Jones who says he thinks it could get fixed. AJ says he thinks it could get fixed. And then we saw on TV, Mazzioano broke on ESPN. The lower third said there are people around the NFL who don't want this Aaron Rodgers situation to be successful for Aaron because they don't want the NFL to turn into the NBA where the stars get to pick and choose what they do and everything like that, I guess is what they were alluding to. What is the word around?
No. Here's the thing. If you're in the NFC, man, you're hoping this thing gets, it implodes and they get him traded. Every NFC coach you talk to go, what's going on with the Aaron situation? Man, I hope that thing blows up. If you're in the NFC, you're sitting there going, man, I really hope they can put it together. So just be careful who you talk to. I know he still wants out, without a doubt. Absolutely. Still wants out. And, there are teams.
Put it on the ticker. Yeah. Put it on the Hey, Jay, we got to put it on the ticker. Out. Hey, Jay, we have to put it on the ticker, what you just said.
Ahead. Of course he still wants out, though. They didn't suddenly come out and insult him and go, okay, now it's fixed.
I guess that wouldn't make much sense. You're 100%. Right. I guess that wouldn't make sense. You're right. What do you think happens? How do you think it plays out? What are you? Is there teams really interested? Allegedly, the Broncos.
Absolutely.
Have they made offers?
A couple teams interested.
Is there offers been made? Have offers been made? Do you think?
No, because it didn't even go that far. Because every time somebody called the Packers, it was immediately shut down. So look, what these teams need to do is continue to call, whether it's for him, Deshaun Watson, any of the guys, continue to call to show interest, because what happens in the NFL is teams are so afraid to make the first call because they think you lose your leverage. But a lot of times, if you call a team for a player that's not available, but the player is giving you have troubles with them, a lot of times these teams will go, all right, you know what? They keep calling. If they catch you on the right day, you sit there and go, and players have been traded this way, go, you know what? We have another offer here. Let's just get rid of the headache right now. Let's just move on. But if no one calls, you don't really have that option to do it. So there's always this game of chicken that goes on.
Yeah, because in Art of War, you can't lose leverage.
Look at you.
Yeah, no big deal, dude. Huh? Be where they don't think you're going to be. Be
kind
strong.
of a big deal around here right now.
Hey, be strong when you're weak. Be weak when you're strong. The whole I get it, but that is something that potentially puts you into a bind leverage-wise if you call out because you potentially look desperate. But what you're saying is hey, that's not the case because the people in charge, they might also be desperate at the moment, exactly. And you might be catching up to a situation there, and that's interesting. How do you? How do you know that stuff? Because you hear like trades that happen, and then the post stories.
In the past. This has happened in the past.
Yeah, but you hear like post stories afterwards, like we didn't want to call, we didn't know anybody was in the game. Is that what happens? People have like buyer's remorse.
Yeah. There's been people that have been players have been traded in that situation where they tell you no. Then all of a sudden, man, he gets traded. And like, oh, what happens? Just, you know what? It just, man, we didn't see how this was going to get fixed. There was an out right there for all of us, and we took it.
Got it.
Right, but if you don't make those calls, that's not really available. So, but again, this is a situation we really shouldn't be talking about. Like the Packers should do whatever they possibly can to fix this with them. Yeah. Like they really should. Just be careful what you wish for. I know they look and go, maybe we'll move on from Aaron, but after he has the type of year he has last year, you got to run this in the ground. And as long until those wheels fall off, you got to go with them.
I agree, because you look Peyton, we move on from Peyton. There's Luck sitting there. He goes and wins the Super Bowl, goes to another one. You look at, and by the way, people can say Peyton won that or not. He went to an organization that built a defense and a team around him where he won. You look at Tom, obviously his first year out. He's making decisions. He's calling plays. He's doing things. They win a Super Bowl. It's just, I understand that it has happened in the past where a great player has gone on to go somewhere else. Brett Favre, right, is another one where he had success.
Yeah.
But it's like, at this point, shouldn't we learn from that and be like, even if we view them as acting out of control, we don't get to decide what the greatest player on earth gets to act like. Like that, it's right now, it's like, hey, if this is what he wants, like, okay, we should listen to that, because we've learned in the past that it could potentially end up bad. But I'm happy you're on the same side as us.